This is not an end.
A brand new show.
But a begin.
With the same faces you know.
This is the moment when the dawn breaks.
Starting from scratch.
The curtain goes up.
We're here
This is the dawn of a new era.
to ramble. Welcome to a new era of podcasting. This is Ramblers Unleashed.
Welcome yet again to another episode of Ramblers Unleashed, episode number 3. We are quarantining and chilling and all sorts of fun stuff.
Social distancing at the same time, though.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. That is the top priority of all of this, is make sure you are social distancing yourself from everybody. Hope you're safe. Hope you're well. What's going on? It's Dizzy. Welcome back to yet another episode of Ramblers Unleashed. Baron and Max Magus is in the building with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we're not in the
which one of
building
you
with
is-
you. We're in the studio with you.
Right. And plus, I don't know why I said ladies and gentlemen. So which one of you wants to be the lady? I mean,
We all know it's you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be you, Diz.
I hate you. Hey, you guys. I can't say that about me.
you guys.
Listen, Dizzy, as a show of support, because we are a team, I'm going to throw you a bone right now. I am going to shift the hate and blame off of you for just a moment. As everybody knows, I have my stay the fuck at home sign up, but right now, I'm going to change this. And no, Dizzy, it has nothing to do with Nickelback.
Okay,
You guys want to
cool.
know why we're all stuck at home and we're all quarantined right now?
COVID-19. That's the main thing.
It's that bitch, Carol Baskin.
Oh, Carol Baskin. It's her fault.
That bitch
I
Carol
do not-
Baskin.
Do not like that lady. Have you guys watched The Tiger King yet? I mean,
You already know I
seriously.
have.
I know you have, but
Listen, I just got access to some HBO stuff on Hulu. I Love You Now Die is one of the documentaries that's available because of this. I
Yeah.
am watching this right now.
yeah,
Well, not
Nick,
while we're
right?
doing the show.
Isn't it trippy? My wife and I have watched that. There's another thing. If you just got HBO, I don't know if it's on Hulu yet, but it's called Paradise Lost, and
I didn't see that.
it's about 3 young men who were murdered in West Memphis, Arkansas. And it goes behind the scenes of, what happened, the trial and all that. And they're blaming 3 boys of committing these murders, and apparently had like something to do with satanic rituals or whatever. But there's a twist on it. I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but there is a twist on it. You should go look at it. Paradise Lost. There's 3 episodes of it. We're already watching the second one. The first one was just trippy as heck.
Well,
But-
isn't that a book or a poem, Paradise Lost?
I don't think so. No, I think it's just
I
Wait.
think so.
I think I know what he's talking about. Hold on just a second.
all right.
Google is my friend.
Google is my homie.
Oh yeah, I hear. I got a computer
poem
right
by
in front of me.
John
I could look.
Paradise Lost is a poem by John Milton.
John Milton. Well, I don't know if that has anything to do with the movie or the documentary. All I know is that it is just trippy as hell, and you should watch it. Everybody should watch it while you're quarantined and chilled.
So, real quick,
Everybody.
I was filled in on the story behind I Love You Now Die about 2 months ago at work.
Mhm.
I did a little bit of research into it. I feel like this documentary is way one-sided because this documentary only shows the side that makes her look like an utter and total bitch. Now, I don't know if that changes as you get further into this, but if you've heard more of the text messages that went between them, she did fight with him for a very long time and tell him no.
Yeah.
And she finally gave up and was like, if you're going to do it, do it. And I think that side of the story should have been presented here, and it hasn't been yet.
If you have Hulu and you have HBO, look up Mommy Dead and Dearest. I believe that's what it's called. It's about Rose. Oh God, I can't remember her last name. Anyway, it's about a daughter and a mom who the mom had the daughter believe that she was sick when she wasn't. So she was seen like in a wheelchair and all this, and it was just, I don't know. Mommy, I believe it's called Mommy Dead and Dearest.
Is this the one where they finally found out that this was all fake?
Yeah.
So the people that had been donating, somebody had
Yeah.
discovered that and
Yeah.
they tried to blame the daughter as well, like she was in on it from the start.
Yeah. And the daughter got a boyfriend, and the boyfriend murdered the mom, and they went on the run together. And it was, yeah.
Dude, there's so much good stuff on TV right now.
Oh, God,
I mean,
yeah.
I know I'm a little behind on the show. We just watched it yesterday, and I know I talked to you, Dizzy, and I think Max made a comment about it. But Don't Fuck with Cats. We watched that yesterday.
Oh.
My wife will not watch that. My wife will not watch that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. It starts out as what the title makes it sound like.
Yeah. And then,
but it is totally not about that.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah.
The first episode or two, I will say, if you guys decide, because we in our household the same exact way, man. And like any animal abuse, it's just not allowed. You know what I'm saying? And then I sat through Tiger King, but then that's only different thing. I think sure. But this one, it doesn't really show. You know what I'm saying? Like it cuts off before it shows you the actual, murdering of the cat,
murdering
whatever.
the cats,
But I mean, it's a rough one. But that's a hell of a fucking story.
It's screwed. From what I hear, it's screwed up.
It sounds pretty gruesome and fucked up, just the cat part of it. But it really takes a turn for the dark, and crazy is a synonym for the word I'm looking for, but twisted. It's very twisted what he does after the cat.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, I recommend you do.
My wife said that I can watch it by myself, but she's not going to take part in watching it with me.
There's definitely a couple clips in there that made me turn my head and not want to watch, because I don't care for that kind of shit either.
I don't
also, like Max said though, like after the second episode, it's more about the hunt of him and all that kind of stuff.
Once you meet the mother,
oh jeez.
Once you meet the mother, come talk to me. I don't care who you are. If you're a viewer out there, if you're Dizzy there in your little studio, once you meet this guy's mother, you come talk to me. We're going to have a fun chat.
I don't know.
She was
I may have to
dedicated
watch
mother.
it. I may have to watch it. I don't know.
The other fucked up one, the other fucked up one is The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez.
Yes. Oh my God, dude. That's like the one documentary out of every murder or mystery or crime documentary that my wife and I have watched made me legitimately cry. I cried during that. Oh my God, it was terrible.
I almost turned it off less than 5 minutes in. With Don't Fuck with Cats, I was so it was like an accident. You couldn't take your eyes away from it with Don't Fuck with Cats. But with this one, it was like, oh my God, what they've done to I can't even watch this. I only made it to episode 4. I plan to go back and finish it, but I've only made it to episode 4 so far.
It's like Chernobyl. Have you guys seen Chernobyl?
No, I haven't.
Like, it's supposed to be one of the best TV shows out there. It's kind of like a mini series. It was about the nuclear incident that happened in Ukraine.
heard about that. That's
Chernobyl.
actually now that you described it, that's actually one that I wanted to freaking watch.
Well, I will tell you this.
Yeah,
I will tell you this. If you and your wife do not like the stuff that's happening to animals or abuse of animals, there's one episode, and we never made it past that episode because it was so, like, this is the worst I've ever seen on a TV show. And we never actually ended up finishing that show. But it was, prior to that happening, it was a decent show.
Is that on HBO?
Yeah, HBO, Showtime, one. I think it's HBO. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the real
reason
look it up. Make it that far, it's all that bitch Carol Baskin's fault.
Carol Baskin. That's silly bitch.
So our intro to the show should always be like, "Hello, cool cats."
Hey, all you
right?
crazy cats and kittens.
Hey, all you crazy cats and kittens.
Dizzy
Ramblers here with another episode of Rambling.
Oh my God! See if I've got. Let me see if I got this image. I'm going to send it to you guys real quick.
Oh no, I don't think I could do that.
So it sounds like everybody outside this cool cat below me since he's an essential employee, he's enjoying all the TV shows, catching up and
Yeah,
everything, man. Yeah.
you're right. How
Enjoying
the
it.
hell? How are you doing on unemployment, Baron? Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying your time
Oh,
off?
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
The thing
I
is,
have
we
not
don't
been
want to.
paid for unemployment yet, so
Oh no,
I would
shit.
say, because actually last week would have been the official unemployment thing.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I'll stay home and watch all the TV shows I can.
Dude, I can't handle this.
Really?
I really can't. No, I can't. I gotta be busy. I gotta do stuff.
Yeah.
Even if I'm, if I'm getting, I want to get paid for it, obviously, but I want to do stuff. I just get
Right.
bored. I want to go outside of my home and go to an office and just sit there and do what I do, and then come home later and then go to
Ask
bed.
me the same question next Saturday when we're live. I probably have a totally different answer.
You might. I don't know. How many? Go ahead, Max.
I just sent you guys 2 images through the messenger. One of them is a Tiger King in action figure that I would love to own. The other one is a post by the bitch herself.
The bitch. This is the
I think I tweeted that out, or either tweeted it or posted on Facebook a while back, and I follow a couple groups on Facebook. It's the Tiger King memes and all that. Some good classic stuff.
This is from bigcatrescue.org. So this is Carol's website. And it says just the tour revenue we are losing right now is running at about $160,000 a month, and that doesn't count all of the gift shop revenue.
Oh, here's her Instagram post on that subject.
And then and then he shared this with us.
All right, and I just sent you the Instagram post too.
Oh, Max, you are just so weird. Oh, let me find it. Hang on. You're sending me so much stuff, bro. So much stuff. Here we go. Carol Baskin. So, and I don't know if you saw the YouTube video that her husband shared talking about the documentary and how they apparently lied to Carol Baskin and her husband. Harold, is that his name? Harold?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Well, it says here when the directors of the Netflix documentary Tiger King came to us 5 years ago, they said they wanted to make the big cat version of Blackfish. And that's a documentary that exposed abuse at SeaWorld that would expose the misery caused by the rampant breeding of big cat cubs for cub petting exploitation and the awful life that cats lead in roadside zoos and backyards if they survive. So they're basically saying that as a part of that, it has a segment devoted to suggesting with lies and innuendos from people who are not credible that I had a role in the disappearance of my husband Don in 1997. She goes on to say that the series presents this without any regard for the truth, in or in most cases, even giving me an opportunity before publication to rebuke the absurd claims. But it's funny because they're starting to they're apparently the police are opening the investigation again on Carol Baskin and the murder of her husband, or the disappearance, I should say. I
would like to just state in response to that, #sardine oil, bitch.
I swear, guys, if you have not seen Tiger King, you got to go watch it. It's the trippiest thing you will ever see, ever, on Netflix. And Netflix has some goofy stuff on it, but Tiger King has.
I'll top you on that. You want to go watch something that's top notch. Tiger King's great, and I love it. Yeah. But there's a show out there called Ozark.
Oh yeah, I've heard about. We tried to watch Ozark.
This is Breaking Bad level. This is like, I mean, if they continue in the pathway they're going, it's way better than Breaking Bad. But this last season's been absolutely insane. If you can get through the first couple episodes, just like Breaking Bad, I thought Breaking Bad, the first episode or two, I'm just kind of like, eh. And then Game of Thrones, the same way. I'm like, ugh. And then, obviously, I got addicted to both of them. But it's always, it's going to be a good show when they're really slow in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the, the detail in the characters and everything. And then it just smooth sailing from there.
Yeah. You're watching yourself live and on tape delay, huh? That's so funny. So how are you guys doing in the whole quarantine thing? Are you surviving at all?
I'm going crazy, but I prefer to stay here because
you had been going crazy.
Max. I had to go to Walmart
that's no
today.
Secret. Oh Lord, how was your Walmart venture? I feel like if we go out and about into the world, we need to come back on here and document it, because why not? And I'll document what I did today.
So go ahead, at Governor Polis's suggestion, I took my face mask with me to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I got in that line at the front door, in line right behind a lady who seems to think that social distancing is 25 to 30 feet away from the person ahead of you, when it's really, 6 to 10.
Yeah.
I finally get into the store and I see all these really cool arrows on the floor. I'm like, ooh, we're doing a maze.
Only you.
So I start walking down the aisles, heading towards what I need. I know where I got to go. I'm just watching the arrows because I'm going to go the right ways down these aisles. I'm not going to be the guy that gets yelled at because somebody's like, you're going the wrong way. And I reply with, bitch, I was only going one way. So I finally make it to the chips aisle. It's the last thing on my list that I'm getting. Everything else I have or need need from the register instead of in the store itself.
Mm-hmm.
I walk down the chip aisle and there's these two guys coming from the other direction. And I look down just to make sure. Yep, the arrows say to come in from the end I came in from and go that way. I hear the second guy tell the first guy, hey, you went the wrong way down the aisle. He goes, yeah, I know. I realized it too late. So I finally get down to the chips that I'm looking for to get what I need. And these two guys turn around at that far end of the aisle where they were supposed to have come in the first place and come walking back toward me. And I'm like, really, guys? You were already at the end of the aisle. Why mess around with it at that point? Just go out.
Right.
Other than that, I got up to the register, got what I needed, got out of there pretty quick, forgot my one bag, had to go back. So...
See, I can't go to Walmart even when there was not a pandemic. So let alone when a pandemic's going, I can't go to Walmart, man. It's just
Double O agent, we've missed you.
Double
he says
double
the double O agent says can't break what's already broken at this point, and the ability to catch up on CDs I wanted to listen to has been great. Agent, man, what CDs have you been listening to? We'd love to hear from that. Love to hear you, bro. Baron, have you had any fun adventures outside of the home?
I have not left this house since March 21st.
Oh my God.
No.
You hermit.
I have not left this house. I mean, obviously I've done stuff around the house and stuff, but I have no desire to go anywhere.
No. We've gone two places. So
it defeats the entire purpose.
Yeah.
Of quarantine. But I know other people.
It does. Well, and here's the thing about maybe almost a week ago. Actually, it was a week ago because it was Saturday. We went on a ride. We just went out driving because we had nothing else to do, and I just wanted to get out of the house. And I looked to my wife and I said, "You know what? I want a mini fridge for the office, for the studio." And she looked up a mini fridge on Facebook, found one, and it was from a college kid. Shout out to the college kid. Not going to name names, but shout out to the college kid who sold me this wonderful piece of equipment that I've recently acquired, which houses nothing but alcohol.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, baby.
That's his sole purpose is to house and cool my alcohol. That's it. Yeah. What else? I purchased this microphone. I went to Warrenton to go pick up another piece of equipment to a buddy's house. And I went to Warrenton, right? And I got to Warrenton around 12:30, Warrenton, Missouri. and I went to my buddy's house, and I was there for about an hour, and we were just chit-chatting, saying, socially distant and all that. I'm leaving, and I'm on the highway, and I literally cross into Illinois, and a news station tells me anyway, that somebody in Warrenton, Missouri at the Walmart, a pharmacist, tested positive for COVID-19. And I'm thinking, oh my God, thank God I didn't go to Walmart. Thank God.
Well, I mean, luckily for you though, the people that was probably from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we're like behind 2 weeks when someone gets it or tests positive or whatever the case may be. So I think you would have been all right. But
so I think I need to be the one that says, hey, don't do what I'm doing, because I'm not being a very good role model of this whole stay-at-home thing. I know.
Be like parents. Stay inside. Don't go anywhere. If you need to order something, you got order it off of Walmart.com, go to Amazon, go to Target, wherever you need to go, and then you let your girlfriend go out and buy all the stuff.
Hey, Dizzy.
Yeah, I know.
Stay the fuck home.
Stay the F at home. Yeah. Agent said he's been listening to a lot of Alter Bridge and PS1 and 2 video game soundtracks, plus a lot of instrumental music. He also went on to say, very nice of you, he missed us and he's glad we're okay. We missed you too, man.
See what I said to him? Brother. See what I said to him there?
Yeah, but I'm not going to show it. No, I'll show it.
Alter Bridge live is absolutely amazing. They are kick-ass, man. Love Alter Bridge.
Yeah. He says, I don't care what Dizzy says when we aren't live. You rockin'. It's good to see you again. Agent, I've never said bad words about you ever. So don't believe what he said. Don't believe Max. Don't believe old Maxi Pad. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. And we need to start with something that had come and then it went away. Lost a lot of fuel, went away, and then it came back, and it was acting as if it was going to be stronger than when it first previously launched. And I'm talking about the XFL. The XFL. Now, the XFL, and I saw this story on ringsidenews.com, and I shared it to our Facebook page at Ramblers Unleashed. The XFL announced that they are pretty much canceling the entire league, and there's no plans.
So, real quick, let's use the exact words they used.
Okay,
they are suspending operations.
Yes,
and they have laid off the staff. Now, Adam Schefter reported that they said that this is goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because that's the only source I saw it from where it said that they officially said that they're done and not coming back. Rowdy made a really good point last night when I was discussing this with him. It is entirely possible that what they did was they shut down operations for now and stopped hemorrhaging money so that they would have money left to come back next year.
Yeah.
I choose to hold on to hope.
I do too, because Baron and I know damn well that St. Louis, Missouri is a football town. And when the Rams left, St. Louis was pissed off. And when the Battlehawks came in, people were questioning if this was actually a good move for the Battlehawks to come in, because we were also going to get soccer and all sorts of stuff. But when the Battlehawks came in and they were starting to play games and the St. Louis crowd got into it, man, they were into it. They loved their XFL. They loved their Battlehawks. I was one of those guys. I love the Battlehawks. I've watched a couple of their games. I didn't get to watch many, but the games that I did watch, it was exciting to see it because it's something new for St. Louis. And that's what I care about, obviously.
Yeah. Well, St. Louis has got one of the strongest fan bases when it comes to sports.
They do, very much so. Yeah,
by far. Don't get me started on the whole fiasco in St. Louis with the Rams. I mean, there could have been a lot to help out the Rams stay in St. Louis. It's just there wasn't support for it. There wasn't. St. Louis did not support the Rams. Just
we know Stan Kroenke.
Well,
main reason. Main reason.
We can go with Stan, but I mean, you feel bad for XFL, and I think Max hit it. Barr or whoever said it. I think they're suspending it. Definitely going to be back by next year. I think they dumped way too much money into this, and they had really good ratings too for something that's not NFL related. And clearly, they cannot continue the season. Say all this is over by August. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so September, then the NFL starts. There's no way XFL is going to go up against NFL. So I think it's smart of them to, suspend the season, lay off the people. That way they can collect unemployment or do whatever it is that they need to do, and open back up in spring 2021. I think they got something with the XFL. So hopefully they don't just throw it out completely.
One of my friends actually shared the article, and that's how I found out about the XFL suspending operations. And I told him, I said, look, I think they're going to come back, and I think they're going to come back stronger than ever. And then another friend of mine on Facebook shared a different article that said that they were going to just cancel it altogether. Like they were just going to give up. Well, so I don't know who to believe. I really want to believe that they're going to come back, and they're going to come back stronger than ever, because it is exciting football. It is exciting sports to watch. I mean, you have the NFL, and a lot of people were pissed off the NFL for doing what they did. And, the XFL is just kind of like I feel like it was a redheaded stepchild of the NFL. But this is,
It has potential, and it
does definitely.
It's not going to ever be NFL, because despite everybody complaining about NFL, they're still every Sunday when the Dallas Cowboys play getting 20 million people watching them at a time. So I mean, but I
would just like to point out, one of the reasons I'm so disappointed is the team that I chose from the XFL this season was undefeated when coronavirus shut the season down.
Gosh, and I
chose them.
Fox.
I chose them because I'm probably moving down to Houston. And since there's no Denver team, no Chicago team, the next best thing is where I'm going to be moving to. So I chose Houston.
So so let's kind of shift gears. How well is that coming? Are you definitely moving to Houston?
Well, yes, but it's now pushed back even further thanks to
COVID-19.
This crap that is not caused by 5G, you stupid conspiracy theorists. Thanks to this crap, operations are reduced where I'm going to be getting that job, which means that I'm not going to be, we're going to have to push back when those stores are opening, which means the position's going to open later, sometime next year at the earliest now.
So why is it that you're moving to Houston? I don't think you've ever told us.
So
why you're moving to Houston, or possibly.
We really want out of this house. This landlord here, he's had his moments, but he's been more trouble than he's worth. So the agreement that I made when we moved in here was that I would be with them until they moved out of this house because they need me.
Okay.
Well, the lease is coming up in September. So we were talking about go ahead and move in then. They were thinking about possibly going to Georgia. I can't afford to live here in Colorado on my own. The cost of living is so ridiculous here. It's not even funny. I've looked into the cost of living in Houston, and considering that it's a tech job that I'd be doing, I'd be making the same as I am now, if not more, for a lower cost of living.
And what is it that you're trying to get into? What type of work?
I would be getting back into tech work for McDonald's POS systems.
Okay.
Which is what had me on the road all the time before.
Okay. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed the work. I didn't enjoy the long drives by myself. It was so bad at one point that the boss called me at like 1 a.m. and said, I need you to get on the road to Cut Bank, Montana. I'm like, you realize it's 1 a.m. I've been up since 7 a.m. and that's like a 13-hour drive from here. He's like, well, whatever it takes to make it work, do it. So I said, give me 1 second. Rowdy was sitting down here in the basement that night playing video games. I said, hey, go for a road trip with me?
Yeah.
All right. So I told the boss, I'm taking Rowdy with me. Number two, I will buy him food and expense it since he's helping me with the driving so that I don't fall asleep on the road. He said, okay, no problem. I said, number three, I'm not going to make him sit in the car when I get to the store. I'll take a spare shirt. He can wear that when we go in. He said, okay, I'm good with that. And if we stop and get a hotel room so that we can get some sleep so that we don't crash, I'm not going to worry about him paying his share. He says, done. I agree to all your terms. Get on the road.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah. All I had to do was pay the speeding ticket that he got out of my own pocket.
Well, so hold on. You gotta tell us about that.
So what I found works pretty well is 3-hour shifts. You
Okay.
drive for 3 hours while the other person sleeps, and then you guys trade spots.
Uh-huh.
We were in the middle of one of my shifts where I was sleeping, and he wakes me up and says, hey, I need
And this
you to
is
wake
Rowdy
up.
that's waking you up, right?
Yeah. He's like, I
Okay.
need you to wake up. We're getting pulled over. And I'm like, why are we getting pulled over? And he said, well, I was kind of playing catch the taillights. Okay.
Explain. So hold on. For those of those playing at home that do not know what catch the taillight is, explain it.
If you're driving down the highway at night and miles ahead of you, you see those taillights in the distance, you're like, I can catch those taillights. And you put your foot down on the gas to do so. That's catch the taillights and you're speeding. So cop
All
comes
right,
up to the window.
Okay.
He's like, license and license, insurance, registration, all the standard stuff. We got our licenses and we've got the registration officer. We do not have insurance because Minnesota does not send out a paper copy of the insurance. He goes, that's right. I had forgotten because the license plate is Minnesota. So reminding him he knew. So he looks and he's like, you guys are awfully big in this tiny little car. Where are you guys heading? Because at the time I was driving that little, I want to say that was the Ford Probe at that point, a little tiny car.
Yeah.
And he's like, where are you guys heading? And I was like, I've got a job up in Minnesota. He's helping me with the driving so that I don't fall asleep while I'm driving up there. And he goes, I like a moving up there job or a over the road, go home later type of job. I was like, I'm an on-site technician. I drive to a place, I fix their problem, I drive home. He's like, where'd you say you're going? I was like, Cut Bank, Montana. It's right off the Canada border. He's like, I'll be right back. So the speed limit in the area we were in is 75.
And what area were you in?
In the middle of BFE, Wyoming, north of about the halfway through the state point. So
okay, so this is Wyoming state trooper that pulled you over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's gone for a few minutes. The speed limit's 75. I'm pretty sure we were going 88 to 90. I don't remember for sure.
Lord.
Comes back.
Wyoming.
Comes back and he says, I know you guys were going faster than you were.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel really bad for you guys cramped in this little car on a 13-hour drive. He says, yes, I Googled it when I was back there. I used your address to see how far it is to Cut Bank. I feel so bad for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say you guys were going 79.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I'm going to tell you guys not to speed anymore so that you don't make things worse. Okay, well, we appreciate that. Thank you very much. He writes the ticket. Because it's my car, my work vehicle,
right?
Even though Rowdy's the one getting the ticket, I had to sign it too.
Sure, makes sense.
So we start driving again, and we get up there, we do the job, we come back. So I log on to their little website so I can make this payment because I got to pay for this ticket. It's $10 per mile over.
Oh,
so it should have been like 150, 160 bucks, something like that.
Uh-huh.
He let me off only paying, it was $60 because it was like a minimum of $50 for the ticket.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so I got a pretty good deal on this. I was so thankful for that cop.
Shout out to that police officer. If you ever, I don't know, do you remember his name? How long ago was that?
Oh, I haven't even worked for DAS in probably 5 years at least. But here's the thing. The problem I had with that job was those long drives by myself.
Mhm.
If I take this position in Houston, the longest drive I'm going to have is an hour or two to Waco and back because we service the Houston area. That's it. I don't have to go all across the country to do service installs or any of that. I just stay right there around Houston.
Ah, that's nice. I like that.
Well, I was
So
going to say,
since-
if you have to go across state somewhere, I can go with you, Max.
Yeah.
There you go. Just got to pass
You
through
would
the
have-
state.
You would
There
probably
you
get more
go.
than one ticket. That's all I'm going to throw it out.
Make it-
I'm not gonna force me. So maybe it's not a good idea.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you right now. It is tough enough for me knowing that I work where I work and the interactions with clients are reduced.
Yeah.
I am so glad I am not with DAS anymore. No offense, because like I said, I enjoyed the work, but I would be essential personnel, and the boss would be calling me probably every couple of days saying, "Hey, need you to hit the road and hit this on site in Louisiana where they've had 20,000 infected." You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I would be going into all of these hot zones for work. At least I'm sitting in a place that we have sterilized repeatedly.
Yeah.
And I've got that going for me. That is a small blessing, even though I have to still be considered essential.
That is a good thing. Yeah. That would be a good thing. Well, hopefully that pans out for you, man. That's awesome.
I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. So I'm hoping that after all of this coronavirus crap, my wife and I were talking about this last night. I'm hoping after all of this coronavirus shit, we can just go back to normal. Do you think we'll be able to go back to the way we were? Will things be different? Will we continue to practice social distancing among each other? Do you think that we're still going to be leery about shaking hands with one another?
Well, I think first off, I think shaking hands is just an absolute nonsense. Anyway, we shouldn't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a job interview and you shake your employer's hand or whatever. To this day, I think it's nonsense. I think it's stupid. You're passing on things, whether there's a pandemic going on now or not. All the stuff that's going through. I think shaking hands is just overrated. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, like, it's not that. I mean, just bow. All we gotta do is bow at one another. Don't
bow like we're in Japan or something.
Yeah,
like bow.
Yeah, Max, yeah,
like you're like, hey, how I'm about to kick your ass.
But what you know, like that's a good question. It's obviously not going to happen overnight. I mean, I don't know what was normal to us because I don't think
normal to me, and this is just personal experience. Normal to me was if I'm standing in Walmart and I'm in the checkout line and there's somebody behind me and we both don't have any carts, they're about 3 feet away from me from my back. And I just, if that, I can't stand that.
I mean,
tolerate that.
Yeah, stand 6 feet away from me. I don't want.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on around, what someone can have. You know, it's like, yeah, I think it'll definitely change dramatically after all this. That is, if we all do what they've been telling us to do and start doing it now, you know?
Hey, I'm going to tell you guys right now, first thing I'm going to do when this fucking stay-at-home order goes away, I'm going to IHOP with friends. I am sitting in that booth. I'm giving each one of them a fucking hug, and I am having coffee for 3 fucking hours, and I don't give a shit about anybody else's opinion.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. It sounds like a plan. I think after all this shit is said and done, I'm gonna go and I'm going to go to a concert. I'm going to talk my wife into going to a concert because I want to go experience something where I'm not just sitting on my couch and watching it on Facebook, because let's all face it. I mean, Facebook is great, but when there's so many people watching it at one time, it begins to lag and it begins to become unenjoyable. So I think that's the one thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to a concert.
Here's the problem.
Uh-oh.
And I really hate being the bearer of bad news. I know we've kind of discussed this a couple times.
Yeah.
You are looking at a little ways out before you get to do that.
Yeah.
The stay-at-home orders will continue to be extended. The best way I can phrase it is the way one of my coworkers did. The reason they're doing it about 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time is so that we all don't just lose our minds when they tell us that this is going to be at least 2 months of us locked in our houses.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not expecting them to cancel the stay-at-home order tomorrow. I know that's not going to happen because we're still climbing. The numbers are still climbing in the United States as far as cases for COVID-19. So I
You
know
showed
it's not
the
gonna
thing I
happen.
made.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not gonna be done tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say by maybe mid next summer, because usually they do, like the H1N1 swine flu, that was a year out, and it got progressively worse because there wasn't any orders like we're doing now.
Yeah.
Even though those numbers from that swine flu are just, people just don't know how to read numbers, apparently.
Well, and here's the thing about the swine flu, because I have been pointing this out to people the last 3 days. Hi, Mrs. Dizzy. Swine flu ran from April of 2009 to November 2009. Reports put it anywhere between 7,500 and 13,000 deaths. Even if we go through the high end of that, 13,000 deaths, you are still looking at a 7-month period to get to that 13,000 number. Okay.
Mhm.
The first U.S. death from coronavirus took place February 29th of this year. It is not even a month and a half later, and we have topped 20,000 U.S. deaths. The current number is 20,577.
Yeah.
So for all those people that are out there saying that this is a hoax by the Democrats, that this is not legit, this is made up, tell that to the 20,000 plus people that have died in the U.S. since February 29th. Stop making this about politics and stay the fuck at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's true. 100%.
Agent said he's going to go drive at 3 a.m. in the morning and just listen to music in the park.
And spark up a big old fat one.
There you go. In memory
just
of
spark it up, man.
Do it for Baron. Don't do it for anybody else but for Baron. Yeah.
Especially at 3 in the morning at a park.
But I mean, my wife has been off of work. She's still getting paid, but she's been off of work for, oh God, I don't even know how long. Maybe I'm not even going to guesstimate. No, but she basically went into her spring break, and she's still trying to they're still figuring out e-learning. They're in the middle of it, but they're still trying to figure out e-learning. And Missouri Missouri has just canceled school for the rest of the year, and I think Illinois is going to follow suit. I don't know.
I think they have to. I think they almost have to.
I think they have to.
It's April now. When's school year in? May.
Yeah.
Around May, depending on snow days here in the Midwest,
Yeah. Max, what's going on in Colorado? I mean, have they canceled school yet?
Pretty much everything here has gone to computer learning. A friend of mine, I've been talking to her regularly. She does. Oh, by the way, for those of you out there that are part of schools making decisions on what your next step should be and maybe go into this computer-based learning setup, do not use Zoom. Please trust the stories on it. Every tech I know in this country has been posting about how negative Zoom is. Don't touch it. Stay away from it. And not just teachers, all of you, don't use Zoom. Okay? Mm-hmm. One of my teacher friends that lives over in Arvada, they are still working on getting things to work properly, getting the bugs out. But they are coming along, and they are doing computer-based learning. She's also uploading videos every night of her reading books for the kids. So, and I don't mean school books. I mean like storybooks.
Okay.
So,
I think in the states of Missouri and Illinois, though, I think it's going to be tougher because there's a lot of smaller schools. And once you go into those smaller cities, on internet, like if I go to my dad's in Montgomery County, I mean, the internet service is non-existent at some places,
Yeah. So here's one of the things that really irritates the crap out of me is that they said, okay, we're going to give these free this internet service to the kids that don't have it, to the poor folks that can't afford it, or they're trying to get it. We're going to give you internet service, right? Well, I found out that though they said that statement, you had to have had prior access to said company before all this happened, and you had to have the stuff hooked up in your house, or you had to have the equipment in your house, and then they'll give you free internet. But they're not going to come out and install a brand new line of internet. It's crazy.
What is Max laughing at?
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So he said to my wife, you agree to that mini fridge, so he wouldn't ask you to bring him a beer again, huh? I've never asked her to bring me a beer while we've been on the stream, or really, I don't know. Exactly. Thank you, babe. She said I rarely brought him beer anyway, but I was totally on board. And not only does it house my beer, but it houses her wine, and it houses her stuff too. So to you, Max.
Yeah, but if I didn't fuck with you, you'd think I was mad at you.
Yeah, exactly. I can't find. There we go.
Max may just.
You can suck my dick.
There you go.
I'll pass.
That was Bubba, by the way.
I'll still pass.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that. But I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that we can go back to normal after all this is said and done. The agent said that New Jersey canceled the school year. He said, "Don't quote me, but since I haven't seen or heard a bus in 4 weeks, I think it's over."
Don't quote me.
Don't quote me, but I haven't seen those big yellow things driving down my road for quite some time, so I think they're done.
Because he's with the short yellow one.
No longer the buses are around. You just gotta walk to school.
Yeah. He says, I used to walk 15 miles in 5 feet of snow. Uphill to school. Oh my
that's
God.
grade 8 content right there.
It is, man. If I'm telling you, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do it now. You don't know what you're missing. But like I said, I hope things go back to normal soon. And while we're still practice safe distancing, social distancing, stay home, stay safe. We don't want you to go out and do the stupid stuff that I've done. Right?
Real quick,
Go out and get a mini.
And respond to agent.
Mm-hmm.
As of March 16th of this year, all public and private schools in New Jersey closed, and so far there has been nothing saying they were reopening.
Okay. You heard it here, folks. Right here. But don't do what I've done and be stupid and go out and get stuff like a mini fridge and go see your friend in Warrenton, Missouri. just for the sake of it. Just don't do it. Just don't. Don't be like Dizzy and do that.
God damn it, Dizzy.
I know, but we would just want you to be safe. We want you to take care of each other and yourselves. And we hope that you have a happy Easter too. I know this is going to be a tough Easter for some. What are you guys doing for Easter? Let's go down the board.
Prime fucking rib.
What did you say?
Prime fucking rib.
Oh, prime rib. Is it going to be smoked?
No, we don't have a smoker here.
You
Texas
need to go get a
Roadhouse
smoke.
is doing a family Easter dinner special.
Ooh.
They already bought it. Since I can't go be with my family for Easter, my household and I are doing prime rib.
That sounds nice.
That does sound nice. By the way,
really good.
Max, you should invest in a smoker. You
You
really
gotta have a
should.
smoker, man.
Hey,
Love a
by
good
the
smoker.
way, Baron, I did get authorization to invite you for Easter dinner. Dizzy, you're fucked.
So hold
Holy
on,
shit,
hold on.
Easter's
Who,
tomorrow, ain't it? Fuck.
yeah,
Holy hell.
yeah. Who gave you that authorization to invite Baron, but you can't invite me?
I'm the marvelous one. I give myself all the authorization.
Oh, well then, Maximus. If I can find the damn button again.
Fuck you.
Max may just
You can suck my dick.
There.
You literally just hit the button not even 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, he still can't find the button.
Did you
He's
get your
about
product?
15 beers deep.
Did you get your product switched with Barron's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why your eyes are red?
It makes me more forgetful. I
You are
have
current-
I have a soundboard in front of me, and there's a bunch of buttons on it, and I don't know where to find half of the stuff. You know, and it's all sound effects for the show, the intro, the outro, all sound effects and stuff like that. You should
Barron,
give me some credit because I'm sitting here producing this for the masses, Max.
You know what, Barron? Hold on. I'd like to say something about that. You know how he's talking about how he's got all this free time right now. He's not
Thank
really
you.
doing much. You'd think he would have gone through those buttons and relabeled them.
Labeled it. Put a little post-it note maybe over probably button 1 is fuck you, Max. Button 2 is applause. That's
my
fucking
God.
funny. Gotta love the old Diz.
You hate me, don't you, Diz? Say it.
Nope,
Say
never.
it.
Anyway, so you're having Texas Roadhouse for Easter, and Barron's invited. I'm screwed. Well, that's okay because I've got my own plans. Barron, are you going to Colorado or are you going to stay at home?
On short notice, if I could figure out a way to get to Colorado, I'd be there in fucking heartbeat. But I don't have any plans really. I'm gonna keep my streak alive and not leave the house or do anything. I'm sure we'll make something here or eat, just me and the girlfriend. But
If I'm not mistaken, what Barron's going to do is he's going to have the girlfriend hide little bits of weed around the apartment, and he's going to find them like an Easter egg hunt.
that's exactly what's gonna happen, and then that's gonna go in there. That happens every year. Every year, Max.
Agent says he sees high schoolers going to the liquor stores. He's not sure. Oh my gosh. Oh, and he said he's relaxing at home for Easter too. So that's awesome. So I think we're gonna go have Easter with again, don't do what I'm doing, but I think we're gonna go have Easter with her mom and dad.
All right, Diz. All
Now-
right. Yeah, I mean, the last 45 minutes have not
Did
been
I
going
just
out the
shoot
window.
myself in the I just shot myself in the foot again.
I think you did.
Again, don't be like me. I'm not a good freaking role model, right? I'm not. Let's just put that out there right now. I'm not a good role model. I'm not following these orders very well.
God
Can't
damn
help it.
Diz.
I don't know. I'm a defiant one.
I think once I've watched everything off of Netflix, then that's when it's going to really fucking hit me. And
Oh
I gotta
my God, I know.
I got to be pretty close.
I've got to be. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to watch everything on Netflix. I certainly don't want to watch. I don't know, man. And to give myself a little bit of credit about going to my mom and dad's house, my in-laws, they live next door. So we're not going to go across like an hour away.
Right,
So-
yeah.
And go see her mom and dad. They live right across the road.
So, Dizzy, I'm going to shift the hate off of you one more time
Thank you.
because
I
I am nice
appreciate
like that.
You are just a fucking dream, man.
So
Dream boat.
we have a show here called Next with Kyle Clark on 9 News. Kyle Clark likes to do the most Colorado thing I've seen today. There was a story that I first saw on Next with Kyle Clark that I just pulled up for you guys that is the most Texas thing I have seen all year. Texas Attorney General is suing Gunnison County, Colorado, because one of Texas's residents owns a vacation home in Gunnison County and wants to travel back and forth, not pick one and stay there until the whole stay-at-home thing is over. He wants to keep going back and forth. And Gunnison said, no, you are banned from coming into town. until this whole thing blows over and the stay at home is listed, since you are already in Texas. Had he been in Gunnison, they would have told him to stay put.
So
instead of driving
basically, he's saying that he is
Denied.
there. You
Yes.
Texas.
Now, the Texas Attorney General says that this is unconstitutional.
Well,
We have a public health crisis. You want to put lives at risk, so our decision to tell you not to put lives at risk makes us unconstitutional? What happened to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
yeah. I don't know, man. That's a bit of a tricky one right there. We're gonna leave that up to the audience. What do you think? You think it's unconstitutional? I just say
Fuck it.
there you go. I just
Fuck
say
it.
fuck it.
Fuck it. That's good
Fuck
shit.
it. Fuck it. You know. So,
Honestly, I think we're playing with fire here.
I mean, I do too. I think it's not good for somebody outside of wherever they're trying to get into to come in. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good.
Well, here's the part I don't understand. Wyoming has a lot in common with Texas. I'm not going to elaborate on that. Those of you that know anything about the states know that they have a lot in common with each other. Wyoming put out a nationwide order stating, do not come to Wyoming. We are closed.
Okay.
But Colorado is expected to behave differently than a state like Wyoming and Texas.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the 15,000 people that live in the state of Wyoming, you can't get them affected. They'll wipe them all out.
We love you if you're listening to us from Wyoming. We love you.
Oh, of course we do.
We don't mean that. The views expressed on this show are not.
Yeah, my views are my own fucking views, and if you don't like it, at Max Magus, you can tweet me at Max. That's at MaxMagius. If you don't like my views, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, there you go. He is not affiliated with the show.
I'm affiliated with the show, but my opinion is not.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. He's affiliated with the show, but his opinion is on him. So blame Max. Blame Max. Agent said it went right out the window when life turned into a real life horror movie.
Yeah,
So-
that's fact.
I did try to segue into a different subject.
Okay.
That's why I said playing with fire, but we stayed on this for a minute, and I was able to give out my Twitter for anybody to come at me. Yeah, go ahead, at me. Yeah, and then stay the fucking home.
Right.
So
While you're adding him, stay home. Do it from home. or back.
WWE adjacent movie. I think you guys should check it out. It's actually really good.
Mhm.
Playing with fire. John
that the
Cena is a
story about
smoke jumper.
Kane?
What?
Is that the story about Kane playing with fire?
No.
Or Inferno matches?
No. That's called the Brothers of Destruction playing with fire. This is just playing with fire. It is the story of John Cena, who is a smoke jumper.
Smoke jumper. What the hell is a smoke jumper?
I thought I was the only smoke jumper around here.
There's only like 336 of them in the entire United States. They're the ones that parachute into the middle of forest fires to rescue people and help put out the fires.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
But it's
shout out-
actually really good. It's actually a family-friendly movie. There's a guy named Axe in the movie, and I realized Rowdy was right with what he told me last night. If they ever remake Night Court, Axe will be Bull Shannon, the
Nice.
bailiff.
Nice. What's his name?
The character's name is Axe.
Okay.
If you want to know what his real name is, you got to give me a second to pull it up.
Axe on what's the movie called? Playing with Fire?
Playing with Fire.
Hang on a minute. I found it.
His name is Axe. A-X-E.
Is it Tyler Maine? Yeah, Tyler Maine would be who this guy is.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Let me get a better picture of him. Hang on just 1 second. Okay, it's gonna suck, but I found something. And here you go. This is the feller right here. Well, that took me to something completely different. There's the fella
That guy,
right there.
yeah, that guy.
Right there. I could see him playing Bull from Night Court. I totally could.
Watch his mannerisms in the movie, too.
Okay, what's it on? What can we watch it on?
We actually got it. Well, they got it on demand last night,
Okay.
and I watched it this morning.
Okay.
Oof.
Is it?
I don't know.
Just released,
IMDb
is it just?
gave it one bad rating.
Oh, who did?
Rotten
IMDb.
Tomatoes and all those critics.
So
Yeah,
they
but
their
they
numbers
hate
are
John
never-
Cena.
Yeah. They couldn't
Everybody
see him.
hates-
That was the problem. There was just some big
Everybody
main
hates-
character that was a ghost.
Everybody hates John Cena.
No, John Cena. He good man. He good man.
Yeah, he go.
But I do like the rest of the cast. John Leguizamo's in it.
Ooh, I like John Leguizamo. Okay.
Let's see, Keegan Michael Key.
Okay, very funny man.
Judy Greer is in it.
Judy Greer sounds familiar.
The guy from Allstate is in it.
The guy. Okay.
So I mean, it's got a pretty entertaining cast. It's worth checking out.
Maybe I have to give her a shot. I don't know.
And those kids are so adorable.
Super cute. Super cute. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap things up for the show, man. I think that's going to do her. Ladies and gents. Remember, stay home. Thank you to everybody out there that is a doctor or a nurse or something, and you're on the front lines. Thank you to our police officers, first responders. Thank you so much, Max.
I know the answer to Agent's question. Hold on.
Is it Ghost? Is they gonna redo the Ghost?
He's going to be Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, is that what Agent asked? Agent asked. So Cena was a Marine, a football player, now a firefighter. What will he be next? Well, I mean, you forgot wrestler too. So,
oh, that reminds me. If you have not watched The Big Show on Netflix, hilarious. Check it out.
The Big Show.
Yes.
Okay. Duly noted. The Big Show.
Hilarious.
Okay. What's it on? It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. I think Aubrey would
Okay.
enjoy it too.
Okay. Well, we'll have to check it out.
I don't know about Baron's girlfriend. She may or may not.
I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna watch it just because the Big Show's in it. Look, and
Right.
he's funny.
Yeah.
And there's an episode later on. Oh, Urkel's also on it.
Ooh.
And later on down the road, you see
Jaleel
McFoley.
White.
Yes, Jaleel White.
Yes.
Later on, in one of the later episodes in the first season, you see McFoley, Rikishi,
Holy nice.
and Mark Henry.
Nice. You know what I think they should bring back? Baron, what was that? What was that show called? House of Legends on WWE Network. I think they need to bring that show back. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. With Roddy
with
and
Legends
Roddy
House.
and
Legends House, yeah. Oh, dude,
Legends
that's so
House.
good.
Yeah. They need
That
to
was so
bring that
good.
back. Like big time need to bring that back. I loved that show.
I preferred the
Love
Edge and
damn good
Christian.
show.
Totally reek of awesomeness show.
That was good too.
I didn't watch that one, but I did watch Legend House. I loved Legend House. I think they need to bring it back. And I went to the network to just go surf around, and it's not there anymore.
Really, they removed it.
Legend House is not there anymore.
Damn them.
Sucks.
Damn 'em.
Sucks.
But that was like the
So-
only thing for like 3 months that was on the network, other than the pay-per-views and stuff. It was Legends House. They didn't have any original content on there, and they
Right.
made that like 5 or 6 years before that ever got released.
Yeah. So, all righty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. And thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, stay the fuck at home. Please stay home. We love you. Stay safe. Stay safe out there. It's Carol Baskin's fault. Remember that. Remember that. All right, guys, we're out of here. See you later. Bye-bye. Have a good night. And remember, please be kind to one another. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Ramblers Unleashed. Follow us on Facebook at Ramblers Unleashed. And join us next time for another Ramblers Unleashed.